This is the Registered Behavior Technician course presented by Shaza Attar. The course content was created by Shaza Attar and is the property of Autism Therapy and Training, Inc. All rights are reserved. This training program is based on the Behavior Analyst Certification Board 2018 RBT Task List 2nd edition and is designed to meet the 40-hour training requirement for the RBT credential. The program is offered independent of the BACB. Remember, in each class, we will have our active listening, a quiz, and a competency assessment. Welcome back, everyone. Today, I want to talk about token economy and group contingencies. I'm really excited about this class because tokens are widely used almost anywhere. If you're a school teacher, you've probably used one. If you work at a treatment center, or maybe even as a parent, maybe you've used it as well. And maybe you don't even know it's a token economy. So what is a token system or token economy? So we say things like this all the time. Great work, you get a check mark. You can have your ice cream after earning 4 more. Or you got a star, how many more until you get to play? The idea of token economy is to change behavior. Well, then again, everything we do in behavior analysis is to change behavior, right? Right. But a token economy is a behavior change system that provides a reward. Well, of course, you need a reward to improve behavior, right? Right. But here, you get a reward later for a behavior that occurred now. Wait a minute, you're thinking. To increase behavior, you need to reinforce immediately and contingent on the behavior. How can a token economy be effective then? Well, let's dig a little deeper. A token economy is made up of a list of target behaviors. Tokens are received if the target behavior occurs, and there are backup reinforcers. A token economy is a reinforcement contingency procedure that uses tokens in exchange for a behavior of interest. Tokens can be objects or items such as stickers, coins, check marks, happy faces, and so on. Token systems have been used in managing behaviors and as motivational tools since the 1800s. The use of token systems in applied behavior analysis emerged in the 1960s and 70s. In the history of psychology, it is considered one of the most successful behavioral-based procedures. A token reinforcement system allows a learner to earn tokens and exchange them with a preferred activity or item. So learners will get stickers or check marks or maybe even popsicle sticks. Why would giving a learner a popsicle stick signal reinforcement? How does that happen? Well, a token originally has no value to a learner. Through pairing tokens with reinforcers, it establishes the value of those reinforcing items. Tokens are conditioned reinforcers. This means originally the token was a neutral stimulus, and after being paired with an unconditioned stimulus, has become a conditioned reinforcer. If you recall back to our class where we talked about conditioned and unconditioned reinforcers, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Trust me, this is no one's preferred topic. When a neutral stimulus is paired with an unconditioned stimulus, something that is unlearned to a person, something they like naturally. For example, no one taught us to like food. Food is a reinforcer. Warmth is a reinforcer. When we pair something that has no value to something that is valuable to us, that neutral item takes the properties of the unconditioned item, which transforms it into a conditioned stimulus or reinforcer. Ring a bell? In order to get the learner to attend to the token and like it, they must learn to value it. Initially, a learner must learn that a token given to them will get them access to their reinforcer. This is done by placing tokens on a continuous schedule of reinforcement. Tokens will soon come under stimulus control. So the learner puts one piece of the puzzle into the puzzle and then they get a token. Then they get to access their reinforcer. What the learner learns here is, when I do, I get this thing, then I go and play. This built contingency teaches the learner that their behavior will result in this token and will eventually get them the item they want. This is great because if you're a school teacher or a therapist trying to get through a lesson or a program, giving the learner access to their reinforcer every 3 minutes or 10 minutes may be challenging. But by using tokens, you can reinforce their good work and delay the big reinforcer. So the learner is being reinforced immediately and contingently, but with a token, which motivates the learner to work well so that they can access their reinforcer. The nice thing about tokens is that they are generalized reinforcers, which means they can be used for a variety of activities or items. This makes the tokens durable and doesn't associate it with specific motivational conditions, since it can be applied to any reinforcer that is preferred by the learner in that moment. For example, if you've ever used edibles or toys as a reinforcer, you'll find your learner looking at and almost being fixated on that reinforcer. But by using the tokens, the learner may get anything, so it's not associated with one given item. Then, you need to teach the learner to deposit their tokens and exchange them for the item they want after they complete a task. So now you can start placing demands on the learner. So remember, when you introduce a token system, you need to start off by teaching the receiving of the token will result in access to the reinforcer. Once they learn that, then we can start embedding demands. Token systems are used to manage behaviors in the classroom, home, and specialized teaching centers. When tokens are used, a backup reinforcer is provided initially. Backup reinforcers are things like candy, toys, and so on. Coupons and money are examples of tokens. Higgins and colleagues in 2001 used a token system with elementary school children. The children engaged in out-of-seat behavior, talking out, and poor sitting posture. The students earned check marks that would be exchanged for free time if they engaged in the alternative behavior. Their behaviors improved with the use of the token system. All right, let's take a quick break and do a Scrabble word. The word is Beano, B-E-A-N-O. This is a British slang for party. The word is Beano. Okay, let's continue. Let's go through the steps of designing a token economy based on Milton Berger's steps. First, we need to identify and define the target behavior which will be reinforced. Second, we need to determine the rules and the ratio of exchange. Third, what will be exchanged? A poker chip, cube, sticker. Next, what will be the backup reinforcer that will be purchased with the tokens? And lastly, when and how will the tokens be given? What happens if the requirements are not met? Is response cost a part of the procedure? Tarbox and colleagues in 2006 investigated the use of token economy in an effort to increase a 5-year-old boy's eye contact. They used Milton Berger's 2008 components to describe it. The target behavior was attending to his tutor before the delivery of an instruction, with attending defined as making eye contact with the tutor for at least 3 seconds. The tokens to be used were laminated stars that were placed on the token board. Backup reinforcers, a 90-second break from the academic tasks where he could play with the preferred toys of his choice. Reinforcement schedule, Adam received 1 token every single time he engaged in the target behavior, which was making eye contact for 3 seconds. Rate of token exchange for reinforcers, a total of 10 tokens were required before Adam could earn a backup reinforcer. Time and place to exchange tokens for backup reinforcers. This was done immediately after 10 tokens had been earned. and it was completed at the classroom desk. Response cost, they didn't use response cost. I'll explain what response cost is in just a moment. When using a token system, any token can be selected for the learner. If a learner likes Dora, you can make Dora tokens. If the learner likes check marks, you can use check marks. So you can select anything really. I like to choose tokens that are reinforcing to the learner. So we have had learners with minion tokens, dinosaur, animals, and so on, depending on what they liked. So it's enjoyable to them when they receive the token. Be sure the tokens are safe for the specific learner. Many learners will put things in their mouth, so be aware of that. Don't use things like marbles as tokens if you know the learner will put things in their mouth. You may need to use something like a popsicle stick or something big so that they don't put these things in their mouth. Be sure that you're controlling the tokens. Like any reinforcer, don't leave things laying around so that the learner can grab it. Keep it close to you and controlled. Make sure that the learner is not taking more tokens than they've earned. We have a little girl who reinforces herself for taking bites of her food. We encourage her to reinforce her bites so that she has a sense of control. But we need to ensure that she's not giving herself extra cubes, that's what we were using, as she reinforces herself. So you need to monitor the learner. Next, you want to specify the criteria for the learner. Don't use a cookie cut model for your learners. It must be tailored to that specific learner. So you may start with 1 cube for each bite, then increase the criteria to 1 cube for 2 bites, then 1 cube for 3 bites. For another learner, you may be able to move a little faster and do 1 bite, 1 cube, and then 3 bites, 1 cube, and so on. So it really does depend on your learner. Again, this is something that is set up by your supervisor. But let's say you're a school teacher and you have to set up this protocol. Your supervisor may review it, but these are things to look for and some of the criteria that you need to attend to. But you also need to know your learner and be sure to set it up based on their need or skill level. Here we go. Show me waving. What's this?
A koala.
Show me knocking. What's that?
Penguin.
Good. Touch your chin. And where's the zebra? Find your nose. And what's that?
A fox.
Good. What color is the bunny?
Brown.
Is this a cat?
No.
Good job. And where's your mouth? Show me your teeth. Good. Give me a high five. You got it. There we go. Say book.
Book.
Good job. What's this?
A fox.
It is a fox. Show me the alligator. Where's the bunny? Say dog.
Dog.
And where are your eyes? You got it. What's this?
A koala.
It is a koala. Show me blowing. Whoa, you blew me away. Good job. High five. How many more points do we need?
3 left.
3 left. Good. What color is a zebra?
White and black.
You got it. Touch your ears. Let's try that again. Put your hands back down for me. All right. Touch your ears. That's it. Good job. Where's your nose? Good. And where's the penguin? Ding, 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 ding. Next, you need to determine what the learner wants as their backup reinforcer. Usually these can be access to free playtime, games, activities. Never deny the learner their basic needs, such as food and water. Token economies can present issues and concerns to the learner's rights. The right to have their personal properties and basic comfort and freedom of choice. As practitioners, we don't want to take advantage of the idea that we're in control. We don't want to control our learners and clients. We want to give them freedom and choice. For many, and even for myself, when I think of a token system, I'm thinking of young children getting a token, then accessing the computer or getting playtime. But token economy can be used on almost anyone. So imagine a 45-year-old man who is denied access to TV. Think about it for a moment. If someone denied you access to TV or going to the gym or going out with your friends, how would you like that? Some backup reinforcers may be unethical, and that's something we need to consider and think about them before we use them. For example, giving your learner gummy worms in exchange for their tokens all day, or getting a big bag of chips in exchange for their tokens. How healthy is that? Are we putting the client in harm's way? What about giving inmates cigarettes as backup reinforcers? Is that ethical? And where do we draw the line? So we need to think about the clients we work with, what we can use as backup reinforcers, and how is their health impacted by that? Again, going back to the cigarette example, if someone smokes and we say we're not giving them cigarettes because it's unhealthy, but that's a choice that they've made, is it ethical for us to deny them that item? We also need to think about the interaction between the person and the learner. Giving a token is minimizing social interaction if it is not paired with verbal praise or something like a high five. So don't forget to add those in. We don't want to encourage a lack of social interaction. Again, remember, the idea is to fade the token system at some point. We don't want our learners to rely on it forever. In a study by Wolf in 1936 and Cowles in 1937, chimpanzees were trained to deposit poker chips into a vending machine. The experimenter exchanged the tokens for food immediately. Doing so brought depositing under stimulus control. They also learned that if they exchanged white tokens, they were given grapes, versus giving brass tokens, they were not given anything, differentially reinforcing them. Research has shown that pairing tokens with food items made the pairing more effective and the token more valuable. Let's do another Scrabble word. The word is bruh, B-R-U-G-H, and this is a town or borough. In the real world, we use tokens. Money is considered a generalized reinforcer. We engage in work activities to earn money so that we can spend it on things we want. So how do we go about this? First, you want to start low. Increase gradually over time. For example, the learner may be required to complete one math question to earn a token. This is gradually increased to 2, then 3 tokens, and so on. Create a menu of exchange with the cost of each item. For instance, playing with the sandbox may be 2 tokens versus free play may be 4 tokens. If the learner does not meet the requirements, you can say something like, "I'm sorry, you don't have enough tokens, you can try again." If the learner says they don't care about the tokens, you can walk away and say, "That's fine." Avoid any type of arguing with your learners or clients. Response cost can be included in a token system. This is when the learner loses a token for engaging in problem behavior. And guess what? Remember your 10 points?
No.
You're going to lose a point
No.
because you didn't.
Listen.
That's right. Okay, so now you only have 9 points. Okay, are you ready to try again?
Yes.
Okay, sit up nice and tall for me. Good. Now, would you like the fire truck or something else?
Something else.
Okay, let's put that away. Show me the alligator. Find the fox. Show me a smile. That's better. Show me angry. Whoa. And where is your head? Yeah. Because you're sitting nice and calm, you got your last point.
Maybe I'm in
Good work.
second place.
No. Okay, put your hands down. You're not leaving the table just yet. I need you to be nice and calm. Can you show me calm? That's it. Okay, clean up the cards for me and give them to me. And here we go. Put the cards for me on the table and sit down. Put them in a very messy way. Show me messy, 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 messy. Messy. Okay, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get our 10 points and touch your head. Where's the koala? Say Chip.
Chip.
Where's the zebra? What color is it?
Orange and white.
Very good. Touch your eyes. Put your hands down. Nice listening. Show me the bunny. Where is the penguin? Is this a cat or a zebra?
A zebra.
You're absolutely right. Is this a dog or a koala?
Koala.
Good. Is this a fox?
Yes.
Is this a dog?
No.
Is this a baby?
No.
No. What is it?
A penguin.
And what's this?
A koala.
And you got your 10 points. Yay! Hi, 10.
Extra points. Let's do.
You got extra points. You're right. Okay. A learner should always earn more than they lose. Otherwise, the value of the tokens will decrease. When developing a token system, the learner's level of functioning must be considered. With mild to high functioning learners, minimal training may be required. The system can be described to the learner. For example, you may say something like, "You'll earn a token when you sit nicely in your chair. After 3 minutes, you can trade in your tokens to go play." Now have the learner model the target behavior and immediately reinforce that behavior. For example, "Great job, I like how you worked quietly." Now model the exchange with the learner. The learner can see the menu of items, for example, 3 minutes free play, computer, iPad, Play-Doh, coloring, and they can select those. Each item may cost only 1 token for now and will gradually increase over time. Let your learner trade in the token. Early learners will need several trials and lots of prompting during this initial training process. Tokens should be delivered immediately and contingently on the target behavior. Focus on increasing the desirable behavior over decreasing the problem behavior. Once a learner receives tokens, they should learn to keep them in a safe place, somewhere they can see them and access them when needed. Some students may hoard the tokens while others spend them quickly. Teaching the learners how to spend their tokens is the key. Fading a token economy. Verbal praise should always be given when giving a token. This will help fade tokens to natural occurring reinforcers. Increase the demand per token over time. First, for every response a token is given, then every other response, and so on. Decrease the time the token system is used. For example, the first month it's used all day. The second month it only runs between 9 and 11 and 1 and 3. The third month the token system only runs 4 days a week instead of 5 days a week, and so on. Remove some of the backup reinforcers that would not be typically used in the classroom, such as edibles. The price of more desirable items should then be increased. For example, going on the computer would now cost 4 tokens instead of 2. Eventually, fade the physical token from a poker chip to a piece of paper to marks on paper, and so on. These are ways that the system can be faded successfully. Robinson and colleagues in 1981 used a token system on 18 hyperactive and underachieving boys. The tokens were exchanged for 15 minutes of playing video games. The use of the tokens improved academic performance. Milan and colleagues 1976 used a token system on 33 inmates in a maximum security prison to improve compliance on completing daily routine and educational activities. If they woke up on time, they would receive 60 points, made their bed 60 points, and so on. 60 points could get them an hour of TV or access to the pool room. All right, everyone, let's take a quick stretch break and let's jump into the quiz. Then we'll get into group contingencies. What is a token economy? A a response cost procedure, B, a backup reinforcer, C, a behavior change system, D, a behavior reduction system. And the correct response is C, a behavior change system. What is one of the major parts of a token economy? A, response cost, B, backup reinforcer, C, toys, or D, none of these? And the correct response is B, backup reinforcer. What is one of the major parts of a token economy? A, reinforcer menu, B, backup events, C, coins, or D, none of these? And the correct response is A, reinforcer menu. What is a token? A, small objects such as a poker chip or coin, B, toys, C, check marks, or D, both A and C? And the correct response is D, both A and C. Good job. Tommy completes one math question and receives a happy face. After receiving all 5 happy faces, the RBT should A, reinforce and say good job, B, exchange the tokens for an item on the menu, C, take a token away, or D, both A and B? And the correct response is D, both A and B. How would you fade the token system? A, after running it for 3 months, stop it. B, gradually increase the demands per token. C, it's best not to fade it. Or D, none of these? And the correct response is B, gradually increase the demands per token. How would you fade away the token system? A, don't fade it. B, gradually decrease the demands per token. C, run it for part of the day. Or D, none of these? And the correct response is C, run it for part of the day. Billy is asked to sit at the table without jumping and being silly in his seat. He must sit nicely for 1 minute to receive a token. During the minute, he jumps. The RBT is required to run a response cost procedure. What would that look like? A, ignore and walk away. B, take a token away. C, take all the toys away. D, make Billy pay more for the reinforcer. And the correct response is B, take a token away. So much focus is on changing behavior of an individual. But can behavior be changed for an entire group? Group contingencies are used to change the behavior of a person in a group, small part of the group, or the entire group. This is great for school or daycare use. These can save the teacher time and in practice to use in a large setting. Group contingencies can encourage positive social interaction and cheering on each other. There are 3 types of group contingencies: independent group contingency, dependent group contingency, and interdependent group contingency. Independent group contingency is when all members of the group can receive the reward, only to those who have achieved the criterion of the group contingency plan. These are often combined with token economy and contingency contracts. The performance of others does not affect the other group members. Brantley and Webster, 1993, used an independent group contingency on 25 fourth graders that engaged in disruptive behaviors. They would call out, go off task, and get out of their seats. The teachers posted rules about speaking out and getting out of their seats. Students received a check mark next to their name on the publicly posted board in the classroom. After 8 weeks, the disruptive behaviors decreased by 70%.
Yeah.
Okay, boys. May I please have the toys?
Okay.
Thank you. We're going to put these to the side. Oh, don't touch yet. Please put your hands down. Okay. Now, remember, if you get all your tokens, then you get to go and play. And whoever finishes first will get to play whether your friend has finished or not. Okay? So here's your sheet. Read the instructions. And then
It says unscramble.
it does say unscramble.
Yep.
Good luck.
Okay. May I please have the blue?
Oh, sure.
May I please have the orange?
Oh, sure. And remember, this one is yours. This one is yours.
Yep.
And this one is yours. Look. This one is yours. And you're done. And you're done. Good job.
Now the first one is backpack.
Good. The second one is dependent group contingency. This is when the reward is given to the group based on an individual or small group. The access to the reinforcer depends on one person or a small group. If the individual or small group does not meet criterion, the group does not get the reward. When the individual or small group achieve the criterion, the entire group gets the reward. This is known as the hero procedure. The hero procedure encourages positive social interaction between students, since the reward is given based on one student's performance or the small group's performance. A study conducted on an 8-year-old boy at home due to destructive behaviors, setting fires, destroying furniture, but the reward was delivered at school. He received good notes for not being destructive at home, which earned him recess, tokens at the school the next day. After 5 days, the entire group got a party and he was the host. His behavior decreased as reported by the authors of the study. Other studies have used an interval and reset the timer if the disruptive behavior occurred, delaying the reinforcer for the group. All right, boys, can I please have the toys? Thank you, thank you.
May I please have the
Oh,
orange?
I'm not ready just yet. Look at our friend. He hasn't given me all the toys yet. Okay, I want you guys to listen carefully.
Well, mine says
Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Sitting nicely on your chairs. Okay. When you guys do your work and you finish it, especially when our friend over here finishes it, then you guys get to go play. Okay?
Okay.
Here are your sheets.
Can I have the blue, please?
May I have the orange, please?
Good luck. Good job, but you're going to have to wait until he's finished. And then you guys can go play. Let's see.
I
Okay,
don't see
let's
the
see.
fire station.
Let's see. Very good. Now you guys can both go play. The third is interdependent group contingency. This is when all members of the group must achieve the criterion in order to receive the reward. The access to the reinforcer depends on the person and the entire group. This encourages the group This encourages group cohesiveness and adds some peer pressure. The reward can be given if all students achieve the criterion or achieve a mean group score or based on the good behavior game or good student game. So I'm going to give you guys some work to do. You have to both get 10 points. Okay, so I'm going to give you 10 check marks here. If you get your 10 check marks, then you both can go play. If you guys don't get your 10 check marks, or one of you doesn't get your 10 check marks, you guys can't go play. Okay, so you have to work together. All right, here you go.
May I have the blue marker?
May I have the orange?
Sure. Good luck. Okay, do your own work, please, okay?
How do you spell diamond?
Try your best. Try to sound it out. How many did you do here?
D-N. D-I-N.
Try your best.
D-I-N.
Good trying. That's better.
D.
You can try to squeeze it in, and then we can talk about it after, and you can tell me in case I can't read it. You did that one. Yeah. Is nice and friendly. Oh, you said two really nice things. How many points did you get? 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you got your 10. But you have to wait for him. You can tell him, go, you could do it.
Go, you can do it.
Good job.
You can do it, Joseph.
Maybe you can help him spell a word.
I think he knows how to spell it.
Tell him the next one. Maybe you can help him with this one. Oh, I think he's got one. Yeah, very good. All right, one last one. Do you want to help him out with this one, maybe? Yeah. Ask him. Say, who's your favorite person?
Who's your favorite person, Joseph?
Who's your favorite person?
My favorite person is my brother.
Oh, okay. Well, oh yeah, okay.
Can you?
What's your, okay, so you can write about that.
Say my favorite is my brother.
That was really nice helping him out. Good job.
Do I get another chip mark?
Well, you can get a bonus point.
What?
You can get a bonus. Look, we can put bonus point. And that's because you helped a friend. That'll go on the good starboard. Mm-hmm.
I have 10.
Okay, let's see if he's almost done. I really like how you're waiting so nicely. Great! You guys did an awesome job. And oh, You got your check marks. Now you guys both got your 10 points. You can go and play.
Okay.
The good behavior game is when the group is divided into 2 or more teams. The group with the fewest marks against them earn the reward. This procedure uses a DRL schedule. This procedure creates competition within the group and not across the group. I'll explain the DRL in one of our later classes, so don't worry about that one. The good student game is when the teacher uses the interdependent group contingency and self-monitoring tactics. Used during seat work activities, the teacher selects the target behavior, sets the goals and reward, and determines if the group will monitor as a whole or individually monitored. In this slide, you can see a comparison between the two types of games. Okay, everyone, let's go into our quiz to give you a quick break. Good luck. Uses an interdependent group contingency and self-monitoring tactics. Is A, good behavior game? B, good student game? C, group averaging? Or D, none of these? And the correct response is B, good student game. Independent group contingencies is when A, the contingency is presented to all members but reinforcement is delivered only to those that meet criterion. B, the reward is given to the whole group depending on the performance of a single person or small group. C, all members must meet criterion as an individual and as a whole to receive the reward. Or D, none of these. And the correct response is A. The contingency is presented to all members, but reinforcement is delivered only to those that meet criterion. The good behavior game is A. Uses a DRI schedule, splits the group into 2 in order to decrease a behavior. Fewest behaviors on the team wins the prize. B. Uses a DRL schedule, splits the group into 2 in order to decrease a behavior. Most behaviors on the team wins the prize. C. Uses a DRL schedule, splits the group into 2 in order to decrease a behavior. Fewest behaviors on the team wins the prize. Or D, all of these. And the correct response is C. Uses a DRL schedule, splits the group into 2 in order to decrease a behavior. Fewest behaviors on the team wins the prize. Dependent group contingencies is when A. The contingency is presented to all members, but reinforcement is delivered only to those that meet criterion. B. The reward is given to the whole group depending on the performance of a single person or small group. C. All members must meet criterion as an individual and as a whole to receive the reward. Or D, none of these. And the correct response is B. The reward is given to the whole group depending on the performance of a single person or small group. The hero procedure is when A. The kids in the group save each other from dangerous situations. B. The reward is given to the entire group because they all performed well. C. An individual or small group earn the reward for the entire group based on their behavior. Or D, none of these. And the correct response is C. An individual or small group earn the reward for the entire group based on their behavior. Interdependent group contingency is when A. The contingency is presented to all members, but reinforcement is delivered only to those that meet criterion. B. The reward is given to the whole group depending on the performance of a single person or small group. C. All members must meet criterion as an individual and as a whole to receive the reward. Or D. None of these. And the correct response is C. All members must meet criterion as an individual and as a whole to receive the reward. The good student game. A. Uses an interdependent group contingency and self-monitoring tactics. B. Uses a DRO schedule, splits the group into two in order to decrease a behavior. Most behaviors on the team wins the prize. C. Uses a DRL schedule, splits the group into two in order to decrease a behavior. Fewest behaviors on the team wins the prize. Or D. All of these. And the correct response is A. Uses an interdependent group contingency and self-monitoring tactics. The good student game. A. The teacher selects the behavior of choice. B. Determines the goals and rewards. C. Determines the method of monitoring. D. All of these. And the correct response is D. All of these. Well done. Uses a DRL schedule, splits the group into two in order to decrease a behavior. Fewest behaviors on the team wins the prize is A. Good behavior game. B. Good student game. C. Group averaging. Or D. None of these. And the correct response is A. Good behavior game. My final thoughts. A token system is a great procedure to encourage your learners. It motivates them to do better. You can differentially reinforce. You can set it for any specific behavior. It's easy to implement and can be done anywhere. There are apps available, which is also great for parents and teachers. This will also help save time on creating material. Some parents may not have the time to laminate and create their own tokens. So you can use these token systems on your phone, and it's easy to carry. Response cost is an option, but remember, it's a punishment procedure. Learners can get more upset and lash out if a token is taken away. So know your learner, speak to your supervisor to ensure that it's the best approach for them or not. Remember, we don't want to trigger problem behaviors, so be cautious when using a response cost. But ensure that the problem behavior is defined well and you have outlined how many tokens will be lost if you are using one. Always keep in mind that you need to fade away these procedures. So how will this procedure be faded? Be sure it's written in the protocol. Again, this would be up to your supervisor, but be sure you're aware of it and have a thorough understanding. Group contingencies are great for teachers that have many students and need something to address problem behaviors in their classroom. It encourages social interaction and group cohesiveness. You can create superstars and promote good behaviors in your class. They're easy to use and they're fun. Always remember that to increase a behavior, you need to reinforce it, and you want to reinforce the best of it. Don't reinforce sloppiness or okay behaviors. Shape your learner slowly and gradually and have clear and reasonable expectations. Don't expect your learner to sit at the table for 20 minutes if they've never sat at the table for more than 20 seconds. Set your learner up for success. Good luck, and I'll see you at our next class. Thank you for joining me today.